loves, and welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can tell by the title, I'm coming at you guys with another install video, and this wig was kindly sent to me by the company Idefinewigs. So I just want to say thank you to Idefinewigs for sending me over this wig. Now this is a 13x4 lace frontal, 180% density, and I do believe it's about 22 inches. I'm not too sure. All important details of this hair will be in the description box down below, so you guys should go check that out. So in this clip right here, I'm just showing you guys the construction of the cap. I'm basically just showing you the combs that come with the cap, the lace parting space, how much lace you get, and I'm as well showing you guys how it comes with an elastic band that you can attach and detach, which I think is really convenient because a lot of times, you know, you do get an elastic band with your wig, but a lot of times you have to install the elastic band yourself. So I think that's really cool how it comes with an already in the wig, which is also detachable. Like, that's really awesome because, you know, some days you want to wear it, some days you don't want to wear it. So here I'm just showing you guys the hair texture and basically just the hair straight out of the box, and just really want to show you guys what it looks like before I do anything to this hair. So in this clip right here, I'm just showing you guys how I cut out the combs in the front, because I do this on all my wigs because I really don't feel the need to keep these combs in the front. So I always just go in and cut them out because I really don't use them at all. So I just go in and cut them out. But in the next clip here, I'm just showing you guys what I'm using to bleach my knots, and I'm using BW2 powder, and I am using 30 volume developer. And the powder I got from my beauty supply store, and the developer I got on Amazon. So I'm just basically showing you guys how I make the mixture of the powder, and I'm just showing you guys what consistency you want, because when bleaching knots, you want the consistency of the powder and the developer to be almost like a toothpaste consistency. You want the consistency to be thick, because if your consistency of the powder is too liquidy, it will seep through the lace and it will get on your hair. So I'm just showing you guys what texture, basically like what consistency you want your powder to be, basically, because like I said, if it's too watery, it is gonna go through your knots. And you guys can see here, I'm showing you guys that was way too thick and it just was way too clumpy. So I went in and added more developer to kind of give it that more of the toothpaste type of texture, and that's what we want when bleaching our knots. So just showing you guys that right here. Also want to mention, when bleaching your knots, I would advise wearing gloves, but every time I seem to bleach my knots, I never have gloves in my house. But I definitely would recommend using gloves, and I would recommend doing this in clothes you don't want to ruin, because these products are very strong and they can get very messy. So I just want to put that out there. So as you guys can see here I'm starting to put the bleach on top of my knots, and when doing this, I learned to use a very light hand, because a lot of times I'm like very heavy handed, and I end up like making the bleach literally like go through the lace, and it's because I'm so heavy handed. But I'm starting to learn to just use a very light hand when doing this process, and it honestly, it makes a huge difference, because sometimes I'm very heavy handed. You guys will see that also later in the video. I literally like rip my lace. So I just want to put that out there. Just make sure you're very light handed. So here I'm starting to pluck the hair, and you guys can see I have a towel under the mannequin head, but this was just to show you guys basically how to pluck the hair on top of like a white surface, but it didn't end up working. So I did end up putting it on my knee, and I learned this trick from Arrogant Tay when he did his masterclass. He spoke about how he uses a white towel to pluck the wigs, to just make sure that he can see where he's plucking, basically. So I know a lot of times on the mannequin head, it looks like you plucked way more than you really did, and then it's like when you put it on your head, you really didn't pluck as much as you think you did. So I learned this trick from him, and I think it's actually really smart to honestly use like a white towel, because like I said, you can see more of where you're plucking, and basically when you put this on your head, you'll see like how much you actually pluck. So I think that's really cool. If you guys want a more in-depth plucking video, I can definitely do that. Just let me know in the comments down below. I don't have no problems with doing that, but when I pluck, I usually just make sure I don't stay in one spot, because if you stay in one spot, you're gonna get a bald spot. So that's just one of my biggest tips when plucking hair. Here I'm starting to style the hair, and like I said, I was going for a side part kind of with some loose wand curls, I guess you can say. So here I'm just taking my wax stick, and I'm starting to learn that with the wax stick, it can make the hair very almost like oily almost. So in this part here, I'm using the wax stick, the She Is Bomb wax stick, but I'm using very little, because I know a lot of times I put way too much, and a lot of times the hair can get really oily and like kind of like not flowy anymore. So now I just use very little of it, and like like I said, little goes a long way, because a lot of times I be using way too much, and it's just too much. So in here I am using the She Is Bomb wax stick, but very little, and I am using my hot comb and just going over the parts where I put the wax stick, because this also helps with flyaways. And it basically just, the hot comb is literally your best friend, because it's going to make sure that your wig is super duper flat, okay? Because we want our wigs to be flat. Like I say in all of my videos, I want that flat look. And you guys can see here how much I plucked, and I think it looks really good so far. So at this point, I'm just going to continue to heat style it a little bit. And I did go in later and put some makeup on my parting space to kind of give it a more natural look. So here I am going with my ball cap method, and this time around I did do something a little different. I used Ghost Bond to apply my cap instead of the Got To Be Glued spray, and I think it's really actually smart as well, because if you think about it, you're not putting all that Got To Be spray on your hair. So I think that's really cool. I also learned that from Arrogant Tay. I literally learned all my tips from Arrogant Tay. Like, his installs are just flawless. But here you guys can see I'm putting the wig on. I'm basically just measuring it to see how it looks on my head. So I'm just going in, cutting more lace off. Cap off, not more lace, more of the cap off, to just make sure that it's lined up with my wig. And as you guys can see here, I'm going back in a little bit more makeup, because I felt like it was a little too, I don't know, it just wasn't really blending in. So I did go in and put a little bit more makeup on the cap, because at this point we just want this to look like our skin color. We want everything to match, because that's how you get that seamless installation, and that's what I was going for. Going in with some Got To Be Glued. Wait, what? No, this is Ghost Bond glue. What? This is Ghost Bond glue from Amazon. I don't know why I said Got To Be Glued. I'm just going in with this, and I think I did like 1 or 2 layers, I believe. And I just go in and put this on top of my cap, and I'm gonna just basically wait for this to dry clear, and that's when I'm going to install the wig, as you guys can see. So I'll just stop talking and let you guys watch the rest of these clips. So guys, here's the finished product of how everything turned out. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and also like and comment, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.